Hello my friends, welcome to the metal shop. Today we're trying something a little different. I'm here at my shop assistant, Brady Clark's computer, his gaming computer, and today we're going to talk about the top 10 best sites to buy parts for your Cobra. Really the top 5 and then 5 kind of honorable mentions. If you've been faithfully watching my Cobra build, you'll see that I've bought a lot of parts from a lot of different suppliers, and I want to kind of give you just a quick guide here onto what I have found. Okay, so number 1, Finish Line Cobra. And I should mention here at the landing, when you type in Finish Line Cobra, there's also Cobra Performance, which has a few odds and ends here, original Cobra parts, pretty limited. Again, they're not really part of this video, but Finish Line is my number 1 supplier for Cobra parts, and I've probably spent the most money buying parts from Finish Line, to the steering wheel, the center emblem, the nose and the trunk emblem, the VIN tags, let's see, what else? Lucas switches, my handbrake boot, floor mats. I bought a glove box. Like I said, over $2,000 from Finish Line. They have extremely reasonable prices. You can call and speak to one person. The guy's name is Taylor. Super nice guy on the phone. So Finish Line Performance, Finish Line Accessories is my number 1 place to buy Cobra parts. If you guys watched my previous video on the oil cooler, I did get kind of a bum oil cooler from Finish Line. I don't want to say that that's really not fair, but it's not the proper part to go for a 427 SC. I did have to buy that elsewhere, and that's something that I will address with Taylor directly. Okay, secondly, we are at Shell Valley. In Shell Valley, they have a guy named Dana who works in the parts room there, and they are excellent. I bought my throttle linkage, a license plate bracket from them. You can buy mirrors, tail lights, you can buy seats. Look here, you can buy everything for the Cobra. I'm going to buy a tonneau cover from them. They have the most reasonable prices for a tonneau cover. You can see here we have a trunk stay, a hood latch stay. There's some seats. We have suspension. I mean, these guys build entire cars. You buy entire car kits from them. Shell Valley, number 2. Okay, number 3, Vintage Wheels. Vintage Wheels is run by a guy named Bob Lacey. Now, his specialty is wheels, obviously, Cobra wheels. And if you want a proper set of pin drive 15-inch wheels up to 17-inch wheels, you want, Halibrands or Sunburst wheels, whatever, Vintage Wheels is the place. And tires. He has the Goodyear Billboard tires. He has Avon tires. This is the place. Now for parts, to be fair, Vintage Wheels is a reseller. A lot of times you buy a part from them and they will drop ship from Shell Valley or others. I bought one of these radiator tanks from him, and it was drop shipped from the manufacturer out in California. His prices are competitive. He tries to sell it for the same thing that you could buy it from them directly, but do your due diligence here, folks, and double check your prices, what you're paying from a reseller versus getting them directly from the manufacturer themselves. I did buy a bunch of stuff from him. I bought an I Did It steering column. I bought a steering wheel that I'm not going to end up using. I ended up buying one from Finish Line. I did not care for the one that had like the 9 bolts around the outside that I bought from Bob Lacey at Vintage Wheels. And again, there's a tip right there too. I went crazy when I first got my project and just bought tons and tons of parts. Make a list. Take your time and get the parts you want. I mean, I have so many parts that I'm not going to use. I could almost, start building a second car. Not really, but, you get the idea. All right, where are we? On to number 4, Cobra Restorers Limited. And quite honestly, I haven't bought very much from them. I bought my vintage fan assembly from them, and part of the reason, I'll be perfectly honest here, that I haven't used Cobra Restorers, I bought some patches from them, so on. They have an extremely comprehensive catalog, but their website is archaic. They don't give you shipping updates. They don't, no tracking numbers. It's just you get the stuff in the mail, and I did. And I got it in a timely manner. It's just, honestly, that's it right there. It's the archaic website kind of steered me off from them. The other thing that you need to know here is it's difficult here, and I'm trying to find one with multiple pages here. No, no matter which one I hit, I just keep on getting one page. Oh, that's really, let's see here about this. All right, so you see here, right here, where it says 1 to 10 of 17 items. I'm looking through here and I'm like, oh, their catalog's not really that great. You have to click here on next page to find the next page. And there's a lot of stuff that's on the second, third, fourth, and fifth page that you're missing. Give them a shout. They are my Cobra Restores Limited. They're out of Georgia. And I guess a lot of people have said online that it used to be owned by a guy who passed away, and he was better at running the business than the current people. I didn't buy very much from them, but they are a resource, and you can get everything from them. You can get seats, you can get mirrors, you can get the hood latches, the trunk latch, the door latch, everything Cobra you can buy from them. Again, do your due diligence and check your price and know the part that you're getting, because they're not all created equal. All right, we are on to number 5, and here we're at Tony D Miranda, and
there was a sponge
sorry.
There was a random sponge on the ground.
Okay, thanks. So Cobra parts, and mainly what I've bought from them are engine parts. Turkey pan, you can get the turkey pan from them. You can get the Stelling and Helling oil, air cleaner. I bought both of these from Finish Line. I think Finish Line's price was slightly better. You can get proper valve covers, oil pans, intake manifolds from Miranda. You can also get all of the VIN plates and the emblems, everything from Tony Miranda, and they're outstanding. But again, just check your price. They're not as super totally comprehensive as the other Cobra parts houses, but I guarantee you'll probably end up buying some parts from Tony Miranda. Okay, those are my top 5. Now I'll just get into kind of the honorable mention here, and if you want to go with real Smith's gauges like the real Cobras had, the only place you can buy them in the United States is from Nisonger Instruments. Okay, and real Cobras came with Smith's gauges. You want to run other gauges, that's up to you. You want Smith's gauges, you can buy them from Nisonger in Mamaroneck, New York. Mamaroneck, I don't know how you say that. They're a little bit difficult to deal with, a tiny touch arrogant on the phone, because they have a monopoly on, they're U.S. importers for Smith's Instruments. You want Smith's for your Cobra, your MG, your Jag, your whatever, you're dealing with Nisonger. Now, so a little word to the wise here. I found that you can actually buy these from the UK, from Merlin Motorsports, and they are cheaper, even after you pay shipping, than from Nisonger. You're not going to get, the warranty. You're not going to get the service after the sale from Merlin Motorsports. And I did have a problem with one of my gauges that broke, and I ended up buying one from Nisonger. I paid the premium for it. You'll see here, original Smith's gauges look perfect in your Cobra. They don't use Autometer, they don't use Stuart Warner, they don't use VDO gauges. So Nisonger Instruments for your real Smith's gauges. Oh, by the way, you can also get all your Lucas switches and lights from Merlin Motorsports in the UK. Okay, next honorable mention. Oh, sorry, so 6 was Nisonger. 7, I didn't pull up their website, but 7 on my list was the Merlin Motorsports, and I mentioned that. I also bought the Revotech inline fans for the fresh air in the footwells from Merlin Motorsports in the UK. All right, so now we're on to number 8, and that is Actin Custom Enterprises, which is kind of cute. It's ACE, and he uses the AC logo. And he specializes in custom metal. He will hand build you a car, but I bought the oil cooler shroud from him. I bought a gas cap, kind of a deflector shroud, the splash shield they call it, from him. I bought the knee pads that go over the hinges, the fiberglass knee pads from Actin, a guy named Nick Actin, and he's right here in my backyard. Actually, it's a few hours away, in Holderness, New Hampshire. Nice guy. You can talk to Nick or Nick and Bonnie on the phone via email. I will say this, Nick's prices are very expensive. You will pay a premium for his parts, and he is hand making them, one at a time. He has a very, sorry, I shouldn't say very, somewhat comprehensive parts catalog, but here's the thing I will say about his parts. His parts are the same that came on the 427 SC cars, the 427 street cars, the 289 cars. If he is selling the part, it is the correct part, a correct replica, an accurate reproduction of that part. There's no, it's just as good, it's this, it's that. His parts are accurate. You pay a premium for the price. Like I said, I bought the oil cooler shroud from him, and that's how I figured out that the oil cooler that I bought from Finish Line was not the proper size, was by speaking to him. All right, so we're up to number 9, and number 9 is FactoryFive. And FactoryFive, I will say this, a lot of their parts are proprietary to their cars, but some of their parts will fit on other Cobra makers, other manufacturers. So here you see some representative parts here. What I will say about FactoryFive, again, that's in my backyard. They're in Massachusetts, like Fall River or something like that, I think. Their motto is out of stock. And quite honestly, it's because their parts are for their kits that they're selling, and less so for the consumers who are buying them aftermarket. I have bought a handful of things. I bought the dash support from them, a couple other parts that I can't think of right now. They have some nice parts. Their prices are kind of on the expensive side. Kind of, you will pay a premium price for them, and they're just starting to make more parts for their Mark IV Cobras, which are super hyper accurate to the originals, whereas their Mark I, II, and III were not as accurate. They were kind of, it's going to look like a Cobra, it's going to drive like a Cobra, but the parts were not super duper accurate for those cars. And I'm not knocking and digging on the Mark I, II, and III Cobras. They're just not as accurate as the new Mark IVs. Same goes for their parts. Okay. Shifter kit, yeah, you can get a nice shifter kit from them. I don't like their shifters. It doesn't have the reverse lockout, and people run those. I don't understand why. I like the originals. Okay, and number 10, we're going to include 2 things, and that's Summit Racing, which you're going to tons of parts that aren't Cobra specific. You're going to use Summit Racing, and the same honorable mention, you're also going to use Speedway motors. I bought tons of parts from both of them. I bought, say my water pump, my alternator, my starter came from Summit Racing. I bought my Le Mans style gas cap from Speedway. Consumables, I bought the Evans waterless coolant from Summit. I bought brake fluid from Summit, all the wiring accessories from Summit. You get the idea. You are going to spend probably more money at Summit Racing, or if you choose to use Speedway or Jegs, whatever, at a regular parts house than any of the other Cobra suppliers, the specific Cobra suppliers. So, a recap. Finish Line, number 1, my book. Shell Valley, number 2. Vintage Wheels, Bob Lacey out in San Diego, number 3. Cobra Restorers, number 4. Tony Miranda, number 5. Nice Onger, number 6. Merlin Motorsports, number 7. Actin Cobra, number 8. FactoryFive, number 9. Summit Racing and all the rest, Jag, Speedway, number 10. All right, my friends, that's just a quick recap on your Cobra part suppliers, who I use, some little tips and tricks as for what I found. Again, do yourself a favor, make a list of what you want and where you're going to purchase it from so you don't get banged with lots of shipping expenses. And I'm terrible. I bought everything all at once. I paid, then I had to buy this again. I paid shipping. Buy something else, you pay more shipping. And Summit Racing, free shipping over $100, so stack your orders up from Summit Racing or Jags or Speedway, because you get the free shipping over $100. All right, my friends, thank you for watching. I sincerely hope that this video has helped you. Please give me a like, give me a subscribe, and share this video with your friends.
There's no sponsorship included in this video.
Thanks to my shop assistant, Brady Clark, for helping me make this video and contribute. Thanks. Bye-bye.